His Excellency John Dramani Mahama adai ne economic management team edi na izamunyi na mbeka ya back in 2017 ana Dr. Mamuba Omia ejina simpi so and if you look at the economic management team, it is clear that we have a solid team. What a solid team. Video no. What a solid team.
Look at the economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country. It is very clear that the economy is beginning to respond to the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo.
And Dr. Obomia, Manfo breeding, Dr. Akuto, Kerofuyata, and Obo. Alan Koju Chiremant. In fact, Edindia Ubo Papa. Na prior to that, Nana Ardanko Kufuado, Edikan Amagana Fuati, as I say, see, you know, I hata, is a catch a PBB, hata, and from Okura, a wood since I had a corona. Hata, he nim, Sana Nassidis, you know, was say, I indeed, Oma, Dr. Omuba Omia, Abba. Next say obeshishe CDC number CDC no emu aidu na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama adai ne economic management team no wada na di na omudumadi ne de stronko na me pese quickly mebobo so na afi uhu dwumadi no ombe ene omo a wabo wo mudin isi ade ba ko a me realizing about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the governance currently, has to do with the commitment and as a nationalistic approach towards decision bianwa person otiki. Say listen, we have former economic advisors in the Erstwhile administration, in the Akufo-Addo administration. So that tells you, say, Papa no, he is committed. Oh, now across all his ministers, so they are somehow committed. Well, if you are from the opposition party, and as opposition, they are, I mean, you just brush it off. Say, oh, we there, katasumu so anonwe, which is fine because you could want the propaganda thrives. Aha. Island TV Plus, Marivi say, Ajibra, Ute, no, over like video, no. Your channel, so say, subscribe here, and idiot so, over hit subscribe button, no. Na, auto commenting, so, Abba, Eddie Amai. Now, minority caucus led by Vincent Eko Asefua, member of parliament for Tafo, or say, majority semhuna mudi ye ewo naka mompenufo amayi wo mo hwe eho dwumadi e wo no no a motena ase ye hwe han ema ye de sa gender identity description fun tantantan LGBTQ ne ho kro ne ba moma ne ba mu no montwe krata no nsan sisi na fe yenye nhwemu enkomu die ntia mudi sanse mhunu na road minister nso ama Ghana for aswate say in the face of ongoing transport issues say a man for bre so mbenya car e dia ko won fiefie mu enti o se woni metro bus e di ensawoso say wo release buses ni bi di ama wo mo se ne be ya be boa na easy a man for movement. Now let's go into His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In fact, about an hour ago, Anna Felix Ofusu-Kwashia on spokesperson for government, the NDC government, a post Olize this particular statement. Now, me pese you go through the release, step by step. Presidency communications, appointment of the Presidential Advisory Group on the Economy. In the group, no much in the page. Me kind we say Anna Makai, here Dr. Mahuma, and the MP before, almost a strong team or more back in 2017. Now, quickly, Yankana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and another Edward Ghana for. In furtherance of the government's commitment to restoring macroeconomic stability, strengthening fiscal sustainability, and accelerating inclusive and job-rich economic growth, anchored on the implementation of the 24-hour economy, the Accelerated Export Development Program, the broader reset agenda, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, has constituted a presidential advisory group on the economy, into bracket page in the economic group page. The establishment of page reflects the president's resolve to draw on the deep national and international expertise to support sound economic governance, strategic policy coordination, and evidence-based decision making to navigate current economic challenges and the position Ghana for sustained growth and resilience. Purpose and mandate. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Presidential Advisory Group on the Economy shall serve as a high-level advisory body to the President. It shall be responsible for providing independent, non-partisan, and strategic economic advice. In particular, the group shall A. Provide strategic counsel on macroeconomic management, fiscal consolidation, debt sustainability, and coherence between fiscal and monetary policy. B. Advise on structural transformation, industrial development, competitiveness, and export-led growth strategies. C. Offer guidance on sectoral development, private sector expansion, investment mobilization, and sustainable job creation. D. Support the design, sequencing, and implementation of the 24-hour economy, the Accelerated Export Development Program, and National Productivity Enhancing Reform. In fact, about the BPMF, but you see, the most important thing, 24-hour economy. And now on government accountability series, Felix Ofusu-Kwashia, Emma Ghana for what he has said, the government is intentional about a 24-hour economy. The implementation of that policy will be ruled out. And Ghana for Bebrina any actually because he mentioned unemployment rate at a staggering 12, a little over 12%. And already it has been established that unemployment is a threat to national security. If we say armed robbery cases, just say a whole lot. Among the youth is as a result of unemployment. 24-hour economy, almost what she said, it will bring a number of jobs to the youth. Ghana for Emabunukura, Eddie Agro, Eddie Enimu, Eddie Eni, and a hair abino. Now, quickly, members are almost forming part of the economic management team. And I say economic advisory team where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama The Presidential Advisory Group on the Economy shall be chaired by His Excellency President and shall comprise the following distinguished individuals drawn from academia, public service, and the private sector. His Excellency Professor J. Nana Opoku Ajiman, or known as Vice President. Mr. Ishmael Yamson, private sector leader, former member of PAGE. Mr. Kwame Pienim, economist and private sector leader, former member of PAGE. In fact, oye NPP ni mapa. Echinye biya ni hu. Nti which is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He is committed to nationalistic vision. Pese Ghana efa no mapa edifra. Mrs. Nana Oye Mansa Yeboah, former Deputy Minister of Finance and Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, former member of PAGE. Dr. Kwabena Dufo, Oye economist, former Governor of Bank of Ghana and former Minister for Finance. Sir Samuel Essen Jonah, private sector leader and industrialist. Mr. Atto Brown, also a former World Bank infrastructure specialist, agribusiness investor. Dr. Henry E. Kofi Wampa, former governor of Bank of Ghana. Togwe Afedi, economist and private sector leader. Mrs. Abena Amwa, chief executive officer, Ghana Stock Exchange. Professor Priscilla Chumesi Bafo, university professor and academic researcher. Professor Patience Asewe Abo, PhD. University professor and academic researcher. And these strong members are serve as economic advisors to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What do you think about these wonderful personalities? Now, Honorable Nipe, or road and transport minister. Now, or say, send ye Ghana. She see a transport and some akosra manfo ko efie omukọ adwuma omunya car emfanko o mafie mu no wasan secure buses in collaboration with Metro buses say a bit easy movement of people. Momientie honorable.
It was an initial arrangement just to cater for the festive periods, which we did, and it was very helpful. But we realized that when they were withdrawn, it created some challenges. So I re-engaged the MD of Metro Mass Transit Limited and then the Intercity STC coaches, and they have reintroduced some few of them. We are looking at the daily basis movement and seeing if we need to add more, then we'll add more. Again, we are also at the verge of seeing how we can get the private sector to bring in more of the buses and other vehicles to be able to help when it gets to peak hours in the mornings and in the evenings. But we have called back. When we withdrew the services, we saw the tension it created, and we have called back some of the buses to start again making their movements. We are studying the ground to see whether they will need more, or we will have to continue with the skeletal or the small number that we have operating for now.
Now, over festive season, no, honorable ABB, sir, transport in San no, a month for a high pa, but Ghana had it, say, dear, na a boa pay any a yard ho, or that work a crabino, Tresse Afi, a nipa who chill or more moko, munuaso, or more mapo or moba, or munina, car and fanko mofifi, empty. Was signed a secure basis. Say a beboa ama a month for movement. Aye easy ediama. In fact, Enra a year deputy agric minister Dumelu or non so edi Jumedi strong cosa or no secure one of the buses. Edema or more now my stranded. Say Omon Fanko or Mafifi. Mijidi say something worth commending and I say worth praising. If it's any minister Biana a bayasa now. Manoti kokos almost say omuri an wati kwa pai already na honorable intim fodwo abeka atutu bi dia ma Felix ofusu kwachi se ezemhunu be na omadi ni saa no mo madi nsem hunu na se ye ka mo se Ghana fo de overzealous Yeah, dear baby. Yeah, over zealous. We are carried away. Share. Munya hunu hwe afa ankasa ne yebe gina mo so na awie ya ana omo press conference bibiri ba won mu ya aja say ya to omo din ebinum ato omo din o Ghana hey press conference party omo say press conference say aban no books a wo release ye say emofra no emfansu ade no on record sa books no umienti Vincent Asefua eko MP44.
We on the side of the minority demand that there is an immediate withdrawal of all teaching and learning materials containing LGBTQ related content, including redefined concepts of sex, sexuality, sexual orientation, sexual rights, and gender identity from all schools. You remember when NACA brought their statement, as it were, to respond to Reverend Itimfodjo. They made mention of the fact that the current manual has been withdrawn from the schools. And Dr. Park also made Ghanaians also know that even though it has been withdrawn, he referred us to an online version of the manual. In that online version, it is even worse. The definitions of what sex, sexuality, and others are is even worse in that online version. The minority is also demanding a transparent and inclusive review of all affected teaching and learning materials involving Parliament, religious bodies, traditional authorities, parents, civil society organizations, education experts, and teacher unions.
And ye Ghana for be by omo twabana da pa. Omo say naka se na sansu. I think they naka. Naka CEO and I said chair no, he must be fired because untimi kan tell me say ade we oversight. And I say nkofo a yi mu stakeholders amotena say munye nhwemu alabraka. Na sebi omo de ma ye de egu ase he ya ye kora ibidi sebi nsehunu sa. Enti the caller if some Ghanaian people eba no and say yen sake board no. In fact, me no my adwin. But you see, Ghana na ye no, nothing go fit happen. Enzi is there ye be pamu CEO. I think that the list obenya and then say e be ka all the tranchen kakra na nya nhwemu, which of course after nhwemu no he will be reinstated. But say ye pamu no say adwin adwuma di every nsa. Me hu bi I'm hoping say ebia this will probably be the first time I be hu bi sa ewo Ghana. Aha, Island TV Plus. Again, subscribe to the channel, like, and share. Na follow comment and so bra.